Nancy and I's version of horoscopes, monthly horoscopes. This is the Essential Spirit Scopes with mediums Nancy Brady and myself, Tara Diana, and we are starting to live stream these in the Empowering Intuitive Souls group. You will still be able to find this on YouTube on both Nancy's channel and mine once it gets edited and made nice and maybe filtered a little bit here and there for me. I don't know, but
me too.
I'm
Please
to have you here, Nancy. I remember mom doing that. I don't know what she thought she was doing, but she was doing something. Nancy, welcome back to our space. You having a good day today? Beautiful.
Having a great day. How's your day going?
It's been busy for real.
Me too.
Has been a lot of stuff there. I've been jumping on to different. Is this me now? Is this now me?
I think
I'm looking, guys. I'm looking to see if any of you are on here loving us.
I see 5 people watching.
I see us now. I see us now. Say hello if you're here. Say hello. Now remember, everyone, this isn't about us giving private personal messages in here. Today is about the horoscopes we are going to talk about every month. And what we do is we allow spirit to channel through different cards that we use. Today, I am using this beautiful deck. I know it's a chakra deck. Not the faintest idea who it's by, nor where I got it from, but it's a chakra deck, and that's what I'm using today. Nancy, what do you have?
I'm going to be using one of my new favorites, which is the Shaman's Dream Oracle. I've been having a lot of fun playing with this deck, and so yeah, we'll pull some cards for the horoscopes. Now, normally, I do tend to go live at 5 on Wednesday for Wisdom Wednesday, but this will be replacing it for today because this is the horoscopes that we do, the spirit scopes, just so everyone knows, for anyone showing up expecting some personalized card pulls.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah.
Okay. So you and I are going to, we have so many things on the go right now. And this feels like September going into fall is going to be a crazy kind of month of shifting, changing, and movement. And there's always lots of talk about that when we do these kinds of readings. But I feel like right now we are really, really moving into at all levels, all signs are kind of heading to that place. And because Mercury's in retrograde for the I don't know. I think like Mercury never really leaves retrograde. I don't, because I feel like it's a constant retrograde. And actually, to be honest with you, I could feel it strongly today. And I'm not one to really pay attention to retrograde. I'm always like, nah, this is just life, people. But I felt retrograde today. Do you think I could get my Bluetooth what do you call this thing, keyboard, to do what it needed to do? Hells no, I could not. So I had to go and plug in my husband's old gaming seriously, my husband's old gaming one. So retrograde's happening. Let's see what we can do with that. Nancy, do you want to go first and start with Aries for us?
I absolutely do. So I'm going to just quickly do a little shuffle here, and let's see what Aries has in store for September. Okay, interesting. So you guys got the wall, obstacles, and this really is resonating a lot with what Tara was just touching on. I can't explain it enough. Right now, I really feel like it's going to be a roller coaster ride for a lot of us, and just hold on. And so it's a great time when you are going down that hill and experiencing the thrill of that, just to let go of what no longer serves you. And don't create those obstacles for yourself, Aries. Don't, put walls where there should be doors and windows. What is it that you can work on? Do the work. This is key here. What is it you can work on so that you're opening those doors, that you're removing those obstacles, and that there isn't constantly this wall in front of you? And you're going to find that your September is going to come in with a lot more ease and grace. If you keep revisiting those same challenges and those same obstacles, what you're going to find is it's going to be more difficult. It's going to be more difficult, and you're going to have more obstacles. So I'm inviting you to open doors, open windows, let it all fall away, what no longer serves you, and focus on the good. Focus on that new exciting part on that roller coaster, where it's the up part on the hill and you're about to get to that top. Okay, so I'm going to leave that with Aries.
You know what I was just thinking when you were talking about opening windows and opening doors and like as many places that we can get stuff out of here. I was thinking how important it is to actually, really pay attention not only to your own spirit scope, but to the people you live with spirit scopes. I don't know why that just flew into my head, but when you're sitting here and you're like, okay, well, my spirit scope's done. I invite you guys to stay and legitimately listen to the ones that you live with or that you work very closely to, or having some kind of endeavor with at this time, and see where they're at and how it matches or does not match the energy that you're in, because then you can kind of shift and change and adjust it accordingly.
100%. And like, especially with Aries, right? Like some of the Aries out there, they tend to be impatient. They want that change really fast and stuff. So doing that work with those obstacles, who is an Aries in your life right now that they're facing obstacles? How can you give them a little bit of extra love when they're facing this for September, right?
Or how can you walk a little bit faster away for a moment if you have to? I'm just saying, because Taurus, this is an interesting card for you. And this actually came up in in the membership that I have that runs the Sacred Goddess membership. I do birthday messages for people. It's a 3-card pull. We send it out as a happy birthday message. This card came up and it's the trickery card, and it's based in the green heart chakra. Now, Taurus, the green heart chakra is always what you're giving out. So what you're giving out in healing, what you're giving out in loyalty and compassion, in whatever state, nurturing. And it's tricky though. And this is an interesting card because I feel what's tricky for you, Taurus, is knowing how much to give. So again, communication in retrograde is like this, like, oh my goodness. So pay attention to how you're giving it. And when it's enough, it's enough. Sometimes we feel like we need to go above and beyond, whether that's a natural consensus within ourselves or whether that is because we just want to feel like we've given the absolute most that we can give. Whatever the reason is, sometimes it's okay to stop where you actually feel you should stop when it comes to giving. Let the other people embrace what you've gifted them with and let them work through it and use it to the capacity that they need to. Sometimes if we over empower someone with our goodness, because it is our goodness, Tauruses, that we are giving out at this time, we essentially are doing the work for them. So this is a tricky place to be when it comes to giving. Make sure that you stop before you do the work for the other person. And I'm going to leave that with you, Taurus.
Oh, I like that. And I'm a Taurus, so I'm going to take some of that. Definitely resonates. All right. So that leads us to Gemini. You, lovely Geminis, have got Me Talks, which is really all about repairing the mind, body, spirit balance. For any of you that take any classes with Tara, and even some of the ones taken with me, you're going to hear Tara always talk about mind, body, spirit. If there's something, so as humans, we're constantly working towards finding a balance between those. And this is a reminder for you, Gemini, for September. Take a step back. Kind of what Tara was just talking about with Taurus. Lean on that a little bit. Stop over giving to everyone else and focus on yourself for a little bit. What is it that's going to replenish? What is it that's going to fill your cup? Or in this case, your bubble bath and your mermaid tail, and get you back to a place of recharge, rejuvenation. And so that's what this card is coming up for. It's really about taking the time to repair whatever part it is, mind, body, or soul, that you feel needs a bit of extra love, a bit of extra hug, a bit of extra work and care. And don't feel guilty about doing that in September, right? As far as Gemini, you guys are usually fantastic with your communication, your adaptability, but now you don't have to adapt to anything. Just adapt to what your own needs are. Okay. And focus on those for September, because you've been giving out a little too much energy to everybody else around you. I'm going to leave that with Gemini.
I love that, but I'm starting to feel when I pulled the next card here that we are really on a specific kind of flow with the energy, because I just got the guilt card.
Oh gosh.
So the guilt card, and orange is sacral. Now, orange and sacral, I'm talking to Cancer. When we are talking about this, I am really feeling that the orange energy is about balance. So we are talking about that energy of feeding ourselves to make us feel joyful, make us feel good, and then also being able to take and do the work with the emotions that don't resonate with us. Because remember, we feel things with purpose. There's a reason we are experiencing discomfort or sorrow or whatever it is. There's a reason. What we do with it is up to us. So the guilt comes from a place of not looking after ourselves. I feel guilty if I'm doing anything that's for my highest and best when other people need me to do something out there for them to help them. When someone else is in need, but I'm looking after myself, this is a guilty kind of, it's almost like a guilty pleasure. I'm looking after myself. And we are taught, and you'll hear me talk about this all the time, there's a lot of repetitive stuff that goes on spiritually because we are always reiterating what we need to work on. But here it is. There is always this need to not be selfish. We are taught that we should not be selfish, that selfish is a bad word, looking after ourselves. For the most part, especially back in when I was younger or when my parents' era, you were taught that looking after yourself was, the last thing you should be doing. Looking after everyone else is the first. I subscribe to the fundamental belief that looking after ourselves is the first thing we have to do so that we can help look after other people from a good place where we're not depleted and we're not dry. So I'm going to give this to you, Cancer, and say to you, do not feel guilty if you have to step away from someone or something and look after you first, because I guarantee you with my full chest, friends, that if you do that, you will be able to step back in to the space and provide something of sustenance. That's it. That's what I got.
Mic drop. Mic drop. I love it.
I was watching Nancy's face and she's like, I was like, okay, I'm done. Let's go, lady.
This is a good point. This is exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. You're right, Tara. We're on a theme. Okay. So Leo, you got root girl. Okay. The disowned self. And this is really a reminder. We're talking chakras with Tara. We'll bring chakra into this. This is very much that fiery tree of life rooted energy. It's very much about the forgotten inner child. So Leo, for September, what is it you can do to reconnect with that tiny little human inside of you? Often we tend to talk down to ourselves. We're way harder on ourselves than we would be on anyone. And this is a reminder to take that little inner child that sits within inside of us, put him or her on our shoulder and go, I celebrate you. You are perfect. You are gorgeous. I love you unconditionally. And you talk to that little inner child the way that you would talk to your best friend, to the people that you love. And remember, don't disown that self. Re-merge with that self. Re-celebrate that self. What is it that you've been too hard on yourself about? What is it that you've been telling yourself, the stories that you can change? And then think about it and put yourself in sort of a third person. Look in the mirror and go, I am amazing. I am powerful. I am perfect. And celebrate that child. Reunite with that child. Walk around, carry them on your shoulder instead of constantly talking and pushing them down. And I'm going to leave that with Leo for September.
Wow. We move right into Virgo with another root card.
Oh, geez.
So this one is complacency, Virgo.
Ooh.
This is the card that talks about staying in what's comfortable, even in your discomfort. This is the card that, and I say this because, and this is a sad card, Nancy. This is it looks like a bit of an elderly lady sitting there, her head down. The leaves are falling and the bushes are wilting, and she looks very sad. And so if you are sitting in complacency, Virgo, you should be sad because there's no growth happening. You have become so used to a situation. And this is funny, Nancy, because when we talk, tonight I'm going to go on Instagram at 6 o'clock. If you're not following me on Instagram, it's the same as it is everywhere else, Spirit Essence by Tara Diana. But I'm going to be talking tonight at 6 about literally why the messages matter. And this complacency card is an exact reason, because Spirit's calling you out, Virgo. Spirit's saying, okay, there is something that you aren't doing because it's too hard for you to do. You see it as an obstacle, or you see it as a challenge, and you're not up for the challenge. You've decided that sitting back in your comfy chair with your feet up, with a little bit of agitation or aggravation going on within you, because you know you want something more, you know you want to be more, do more, but you're not going to do it because that's hard work and you don't feel like you need to do it. Two things I want to say here, Virgo. One is, you don't have to do it, baby. You don't. If you feel like you are comfortable there, maybe this isn't the right time to do it, and that's okay. But at least Spirit is giving you the choice to start thinking about it, to start making the baby steps moving forward positively, so you can grow and continue to develop into whatever space you need to do that. The second thing I'm going to say to you is, if you hear this message and you're like, damn, I have been sitting on that cozy couch doing nothing, and you don't know what it is you're actually looking for, take a second before you jump, straight into the pool, dive off the cliff and into the water, and make sure you know what you're looking for. What is it that you want to accomplish? If you are feeling the need to move forward, to come out of that complacency, out of that stagnant energy, do not be afraid in any way, shape, or form to take a moment to decide what the path, which path, what path, why that path. And you'll feel much better for it, and you'll feel safer, because usually complacency comes from a place of feeling slightly unsafe.
Yeah.
Hard stop.
Okay. That leaves me with Libra. And for those of you just joining us, this is our monthly spirit scopes, where we're going to be going live, and pay attention to the messages that aren't just for your horoscope, but pay attention to the messages for everyone in your life that might have them as well. And also pay attention if something resonates with you. So even if it isn't attached to your horoscope and you're going, I can take that message. Tara's had a lot of mic drop moments so far. So there's a few messages I think I can take, even if it's not on my horoscope. Libra, my husband's a Libra. They're all about balance. And what did we get? It's all balancing act, right?
Alana's in Libra as well.
Dances on one foot. So this is really about, what have you been doing, Libra, dear balanced Libra, that is throwing you out of balance? What is it that makes you feel right now you're going against the grain? You're going against the resistance. And how is it that you can get that balance back into play? Are you giving a little too much to work? Are you giving a little too much to the relationships in your life? A little too much energy to a situation? What is it that you feel is out of balance, so that you can bring both those feet back down on the ground and bring it into balance? Because there's nothing that a Libra celebrates more than when they've weighed everything from 100 different places and perspectives and gone, okay, I can now make a decision. And so when a Libra's out of balance, you guys have to focus on getting back in balance so that you can function from a fully complete place. So as we were talking earlier, that roller coaster, the energy, the shifts and the changes right now, that is particularly affecting Libra, who very much likes to stand with both feet on the ground and that balance. So think about that. Bring it all back in, and you're going to find that you're going to be operating from a far more complete perspective. So I'm going to leave that with Libra.
Ooh, I hope Alana listens to this. Alana Boo, if you're watching, listen to me. I'm going here with Scorpio, which is my sign, which is workaholic.
That's very accurate.
Okay, so here is the card. It's a workaholic, and I want you to focus, please, for a moment, Scorpios, on the blue. So the blue is the throat chakra. This is communication. This is meditation. This is clearing of how we are hearing things and how we're perceiving things. It's got quite a lot to it. For me on a personal level, and I don't normally do this, this has a lot to do with jumping back in as fast as I can to create a sense of distraction. I know when I'm working that I'm working well, I'm connected, and it feels a very safe place for me. Nancy would understand. This is one of my dearest friends. So Nancy would understand this. For everyone else, this is about looking at what you are giving up to accomplish something that may not be for your highest and best. Now, this does not have to relate to an actual career, my sweet little muffins. This does not actually have to relate to a relationship. It can relate to your life as a whole, Scorpio. But Scorpios are very, very set in their ways. We are very black and white, which sounds funny coming from me as a spiritualist, but it's true. If we feel like we want something, we want it right now in this moment. As a matter of fact, if you're not already doing it before I've even thought of it, then you're not in my books. Do you know what I mean? So for Scorpio, you want to be able to make sure that you are doing what's good for you, not just what needs to be done. And because we can get caught up in an idea, a thought pattern, it's a little bit like ADHD, Scorpios, personality wise. We tend to run at a very, very quick level where we are very, like I said, focus this way. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. And we need to do it tomorrow. But no, we should have done it yesterday. And you see what I'm saying? It's like a hamster wheel that just spins completely out of control. So look at what you're doing. Make sure in whatever capacity it is, are you doing a relationship? Are you doing a situation? Are you doing a career? What is it? Are you doing you? Are you really doing you? Or is this fulfilling something else? That felt complicated.
That was deep.
Well, you know, it's not me. So, okay, boo, I'm going to leave that with you, Scorpio. All the best. Good luck. May you journey forward in peace.
Awesome. All right, Sagittarius, it's your turn. You guys got jeweled web connectivity. And for those of you who listen to some of my work here in this beautiful group, you know I work a lot with animals, and in my world, insects are also animals. And I'm going to bring up something that might be a trigger. It's the word spider. But spider energy and connectivity and webs all come in the message for you right now, Sagittarius. This is about that beautiful connection. You think about when a spider makes a web and how it connects and it resonates out. If you're terrified of them, think about a stone landing in a pond and how the ripples on the water affect. Every single thing has a domino effect and a vibrational energy in that connectivity. So what is it that you're going to give yourself and your energy to in that web, and allow yourself the space in that web, but also pay attention to the energy and the reverberations from your actions. Pay attention to the energy and the reverberations from your words, because even though sometimes you think you may not be making a change in the world and you may not be moving forward, understand that you are such an important part of such a bigger picture, such a bigger connected web of life. And I want you to always remember your place in that and the importance that you have in that, Sagittarius. So I want you to think about that for September.
Thank you. That is awesome. I'm going to go here with the lovely Capricorn. And when I go with this, I'm going to talk about wisdom. This is the green card again. This is a lovely card.
Lots of heart energy today.
This is a lot of heart energy because it's hard about what we give out.
Mm-hmm.
So this goes again with what we were saying about September and changes and things. This card for you guys, I'm just listening to what they're saying, is pay attention. This is a short and sweet one, Capricorn, because this is just pay attention of what people need from you and choose your words very carefully. This is, you have the wisdom to give, and you should just give it lovingly and with so much positive energy, because that's what's going to come back at you. That's what's going to fulfill you. That's what's going to give you. I love that for you guys. I do. Capricorn, it's that easy this time. It's that simple. Go ahead and conquer.
Nice. I like this. The simple ones can sometimes be the most profound, right? It's interesting because for Aquarius, you guys had a jumper. And so for anyone who reads oracles, you know that that means something. So the jumper on this deck was Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation. But the card that I pulled for you, Aquarius, is Spirit of the River, and it's movement towards adventure. You couldn't have two more cards go perfectly together, right? So what is it, Aquarius, that you've been doing to sit in that stagnation and in that same energy, in that same place? And what is it that you can move towards that is a new adventure? I love the fact for Aquarius too, that the water card came up, because the fluid momentum and movement of that water is going to help cleanse that dust, move way for that stagnation, to help you move and be that catalyst at a quick change, a quick rate in September towards new adventure, towards new beginnings. So I want to leave a very short, quick message with Aquarius this month, and that's a good one. Let me know what your journey is.
Okay, I love that for Aquarius. And do let us know, come back into the group periodically and let us know how things are kind of working for you, what that looks like. Yeah, I would love to know for sure. If you feel like what we've given you from spirit resonates, we'd love to know. Pisces, let's go. Last one. What do you get? Oh, another throat chakra, bittersweet.
Oof.
This is the card that says Mercury's in retrograde. This is the card that says that if you feel your emails are failing, if you feel that you are not getting through to the people you want to get through to, do not go backwards. Keep moving forwards. Do not be unapologetic, but at the same time, be very, very mindful and thoughtful in the situations. So for example, you give a wrong address to maybe Uber Eats or something, and they get mad at you, and you go back and you're like, well, I didn't realize, blah, sorry. And they're yelling at you. Just be that person that says, wait a second, this was just a mistake. Right? Just be that person and say that, because right now, otherwise you're just going to go into fight mode, and you don't want that in any of the situations that are going to arise for you this month. Just no need to go into fight mode. Be the bigger person, step back and just be like, that's okay. This is just an error and carry on. And also, I said, don't be unapologetic. I do mean that. Sometimes we just apologize to just move something. That doesn't actually make you the better person or the bigger person. That means that you just let someone walk all over you to an extent. Do you understand? So to be that better person, to be that bigger person, not a better person, but to be the person that brings an end to the situation, just literally say, I agree to disagree, and leave it at that. And that will keep you in that right space. That will keep you in the right space in all aspects. So Pisces, I'm going to leave that with you. Nancy.
Nice.
Nancy did sacrifice her little time on here tonight. So please make sure you mark it on your calendars to come and visit Nancy. Wednesday nights here, 5 o'clock lives. Come get your cards. She pulls. I don't even know how you do that. You pick 3 cards, and I'm always like, I want them all. So come and visit Nancy. Do come back on here and check out the other things. We have other practitioners that do a few things on here, and we love you all. Come check us out, www.spiritessencebytaradiana.com. Catch Nancy on all her platforms at Nancy Christine Brady. On everything, TikTok, she's all over the place. So you know what, go find her. And Nancy's got some really cool stuff coming up in the next little while. We have a podcast that we're doing together that should come out in November. We're very excited. Nancy has some really cool stuff to do with animals and animal medicine. So I just talked for you.
It's all good. It's all good. Thank you. And
love that. Everyone have an amazing September. Check out the websites, check out what we're doing, and join us, because we love the bigger our family, the bigger our community.
Absolutely.
Talk to you guys later.
Bye, everyone.